Okay, this is a video that I had no intentions of making, but a few days ago my neighbor brought me this wild hog shoulder here, and so I'm gonna go ahead and do a video with this. I've got it sitting and I have for the last 3 days. I've got it sitting in ice water with some vinegar and a little bit of lemon juice to leach all the blood out. Wild hog can have a real strong gamey flavor, really based on what the sex is, the weight and size of it, the age of it, and I really don't know much about this one at all. I don't know if it's male or female, I have no idea, but I went ahead and leached all the blood out. As you can see, it is very white. That looks almost like store-bought pork now. Wild hog can also have a really great flavor that will beat store-bought domestic pork any day of the week. The only difference, or one of the big differences, is the fat. They call this a soft fat. You're not going to see the hard fat like you see on a wild hog, and not near as much of it. And the fact that it is a wild game meat and lacks in fat will have a tendency to dry out as being cooked. So I'm going to take preventions to prevent that from happening. And so stay tuned and see what happens. Okay, I removed most of the membrane and silver skin off the back side of this. I also trimmed off some of this on the other side. This fat here does very little compared to a domestic hog as far as tenderizing and helping to keep this meat dry. So we got a cure for that a little later on. But right now we're going to go ahead and add a seasoning. Today I'm going to be using this Tango Spice Midnight Espresso. And this will be my first time using this. It goes good with wild game, so that's what we're using. And also the espresso part of this, the coffee that's in it, will go real good with what I got planned here in just a little while. We're just going to rub this in, put a nice healthy dose on each side. Oh yeah, man, this stuff smells good. If you want some of this Tango Spice, make sure you go visit Joe over there at Tango Spice Company. He's got a YouTube channel, Tango Spice, and he's got a website, tangospice.com. Check him out. Tell you what, wild hog, wild pork has an awesome flavor if prepared right. I don't like gamey taste in any meat, deer meat, rabbit, hog, whatever. I don't like that gaminess. A lot of people don't, some people do. But soaking it in ice water for 3 or 4 days. I've had this going for 3 days, put a little vinegar and lemon juice in it, and change that water out daily. It'll turn blood red, drain it out, keep doing it, and the meat turns out real white. It'll leach every bit of the blood out of it, or most of it. Okay, the first thing I've done here is I took a layer of applewood smoked bacon. I've got light brown sugar coated all over the bacon. We're going to place the shoulder on top of this. Then we're going to do more bacon on the top. We'll be back. Okay, we're ready for this other bacon. We're going to top this with a lot of bacon, so it gets plenty of fat to cook in. Alright, let's adjust this a little bit. Just like that. Now, what we'll do now is I've got some real molasses here. We're going to brush this on the bacon. Oh, that's some thick stuff. All this is going to render and cook and get into this pork to help keep it juicy and tender. We're going to be doing this low and slow. Shut up, dog. Sorry, Dan. So we're going to go ahead and finish coating this. We'll be back with the brown sugar. Okay, I'm adding on the brown sugar here. This brown sugar is going to liquefy somewhat and just kind of infuse into this molasses and bacon. Getting ready to go outside and get the grill started up. I tell you what, it's been a while since I've had any wild boar, wild hog meat. I was doing a little reading on the internet prior to trying to figure out how to prepare this. And no, I didn't find this recipe. This is my own idea. Just seems like it would work. Anyway, I was reading that a lot of restaurants out in Texas are selling wild boar meat as like an exotic meat. And the best I remember, if done correctly, you can't beat it. Very good. We'll be back. Just put this pork shoulder on the grill. Got us a little container of water here to generate some steam. That also helped not dry this wild hog shoulder out. And we're going to be using the smoke. We're going to be using this Jack Daniels, man. This hog was just screaming Jack Daniels. This ought to be really good smoke on it. We're going to be doing a low and slow. Try to hold it somewhere around 250. Going to shoot for our internal temperature about, I'm going to go up to about 170 on this one. We'll be back. Oh man, look at that. We're about an hour into it. Got a long way to go. Ooh, that's looking good. Alright, I'm back. I was going to take a little bit of time and show you the app that comes with this iGrill thermometer I'm using. As you can see, I'm using two probes. I got 114 on one probe. That's ping-ponging between 112 and 113 on the other probe. They're probably not set exactly the same depth. They are in two different parts of the meat, so I think that's pretty accurate. If you can see there, I have them both set to go off at 170. I have them named Wild Hog. You can go into your settings here, and you can pick whatever you want, like right here.
Your food is ready. Your food is ready.
Okay. I mean, you can pick any song that's inside of your phone. Where I have it set is, let's see here. Where is it? Oh yeah, right here. I Love Ozzy. Anyway, pretty cool. Thought I'd share that. Anybody interested in the iGrill? It's really cool. Okay, we're up to about 156 internal temp. I'm going to bring this somewhere between 160 and 170. Hadn't really decided yet. I don't want to dry it out right now. It's doing really good. Just reloaded some water in this little pan here. Anyway, we'll be back. Okay, just pulled it off the grill. I had an internal temperature of 170 on one probe. I had about 168 on the other probe. The meat is more than done. I don't want to cook this thing to where it could possibly dry out. We're dealing with wild game here, so I had actually thought about doing some pulled pork with it, but I think we're just going to make some nice slices out of this, make some nice sandwiches, just whatever. But man, you should smell this. Here, take a smell. Can you smell that? Smell. Here, smell. Oh yeah. All right. Fixing to cut into this and show you what the inside looks like. Okay, I just tried a piece of this bacon. Oh my God. Pig candy from hell. Anyway, here's a piece of this meat. So moist. Very moist. Let's try it out. Oh God. That is awesome, people. No wild taste whatsoever. Very rich pork flavor. This is excellent. Alright, there you go. For any of you that might happen to run across some wild hog, awesome recipe. Give it a try. Can't go wrong. Did not dry out. It's just full of moisture, very tender. I could have let this go up to like 195. Could have had pulled pork, but I like it just like this. This is the pork roast. I meant some fine stuff. Next time.